Hello and welcome to Qsports. I'm Umudu Gajaga and thank you very much for joining us. Coming up tonight, we are talking about the Gambia National Stadium, the Independence Stadium if you like. Will it host the game of the Gambia, the final qualifier for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire? And the game is going to be between the Gambia and Congo-Brazzaville. It's supposed to be a home game, but now that appears to be not the case because the Confederation of African Football has wrote to the Gambia saying that the stadium is unfit to host the match. So with all the remodeling work, with all the renovation work going on there for months, I did a report on it 2 weeks ago about how work was progressing, but it appears certain requirements are not met, and due to that fact, the match is not going to be played in Banjul. Instead, Gambia's home game is now scheduled to be played in Morocco. Here is the full communique from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. It reads, following the Confederation of African Football CAF's declaration that the Gambia's Independence Stadium, along several other African stadiums, are unqualified to host CAF and FIFA football matches, the Gambia government, through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, engaged the Ministry of Works, Transport and Infrastructure as consultants for the stadium's modernization. Subsequently, 2 contractors were hired for the renovation and remodeling works from January 2023 to July 2023. And according to the ministry, the release still continues. To ensure compliance with CAF requirements, the ministry engaged the Continental Football Body, which delegated one Mohamed Sidat, head of professional football, to conduct its preliminary investigations, that is inspections, on the 15th of July 2023. The CAF delegate met the respective stakeholders and discussed additional works necessary before final inspection by the week of August. Other major areas of improvement are the implemented in the long term, Mr. Sidat reaffirmed in that inspection. We will bring Mr. Sidat's interview just immediately after his inspection on that day. He spoke to our sister station, that is GRTS, who were on the ground at the time. Well, the release continues to say, to our utmost surprise, in its CAF's preliminary inspection report dated 21st July, it declared that the Independence Stadium is unqualified to host our match. And it continues to say, options were looked at, that is to play the match in Senegal. But it appears that has now going to be sifted. The match is going to be played in Morocco. Well, the ministry continues to say, in the light of this unfortunate decision of CAF, the ministry, after a meeting with GFF, explored the opportunity of playing in neighboring Senegal. However, the GFF had expressed a preference and made arrangements for the match to be played in Morocco, citing technical and logistical reasons recommended by the head coach and the technical team. And finally, the release concludes by saying, while we regret having to play outside the Gambia, we want to once more express our strong commitment to ensure the identified additional works are carried out to conform to international standards for hosting future matches. That concludes the release from the Ministry of Youth and Sports concerning the stadium ban, which is rather being effected again because it was banned previously because it hasn't met certain requirements. I did a report at the stadium concerning how it looked and whether it's going to be fit to host international matches sometime last week. Let's listen to that report first. The Independence Stadium is unfit to host international matches according to the Confederation of African Football. As a result, the Scorpions' recent home games were played away. Our national home games against South Sudan was played in Senegal and against Mali in Morocco. The Independence Stadium opened in 1984 and has not gone under any major renovation since. In the ongoing work, the dressing rooms have been expanded and fitted with wardrobes and toilets. Bathroom facilities have also been improved. All 4 stands of the stadium are fitted with seats showing the colors of the national flag. There is high expectation that the job will be completed in time for the match against the Republic of Congo in September. Cote d'Ivoire will host AFCON 2023 in January 2024. Whether the Scorpions will book their ticket to the tournament will depend on the outcome of our match against Republic of Congo in September. But will the Independence Stadium host this crucial and deciding game for the country? Only time will tell. Well, that time rather has already been stated now. The game is not going to be hosted at the stadium as per CAF communique to the Gambia that the necessary requirements are not met. It ranges from accessibility to the stadium and as well as even the main structure of the stadium in terms of security, the media, the dressing rooms, the players' areas, as well as access to make sure that there is safety within and around the stadium. The man who came to represent CAF for the inspection is Mohamed Sidat. He is head of football at CAF, and when he did the inspection on that particular day, the Gambia Radio and Television Services reporter Famara Baji was there and engaged him in an interview to ask him what are his initial or preliminary assessments of the work at the Independence Stadium. But you could see from that interview, before I just get into the details of it, that there are certain things that are not to standard according to the interview. But let's get the full details of that interview. Well, that's the interview of Mohamed Sidat there. We unfortunate that we're not getting the sound from that particular interview. But basically, he mentioned in the interview that not only that the playing surface need to be ready, but accessibility to the stadium. Also, in terms of security, the fans, their areas should be separated from the VIP and also the media when it comes to the entrance of the stadium. So obviously you would realize that it's not only about the pitch, it's not all the seats that have been fitted at the stadium for this particular encounter, that is to play against Congo Brazzaville at the Independence Stadium, the home game for the Gambia, the final qualifiers game for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, which will be played in Cote d'Ivoire. We will try in as much as possible to bring you the full details of this interview. But in the meantime, if you are watching Qsports and you want to show us how it felt when this announcement came concerning the Independence Stadium not being fit to host this particular match, as a Gambia football fan, how disappointed are you? You can call on the number we are going to give you concerning this particular decision being taken by the Confederation of African Football. In the meantime, we will take a short break, and when we come back, we will engage you on this particular information.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills, check your account balance and view mini statements, request for ATM cards, request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner.
eSIM. Qcells eSIM allows you to electronically scan a code and join the world of digital SIM cards. Customers with physical SIMs can easily switch to the eSIM as well. So rush now and get connected with an eSIM and start using the latest mobile technology with your trusted GSM operator. For more information, call our customer care on 111. Qcell, Sinubus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Well, if you're just joining us, this is Qsports and I'm Mamudu Gajaga. We're talking about the Independence Stadium ban, which is effected by the Confederation of African Football after their provisional inspection sometime 2 weeks ago. And it has been declared that the stadium has not met the requirements despite the ongoing remodeling work there currently concerning the pitch, which is going to be a hybrid pitch. It has already been laid, the first layer, and also even the second layer. So the work continues, as well as the stands as well, the seats, we've seen the dressing room, all that part of the stadium is ongoing. But currently, as it stands, the game between the Gambia and Congo Brazzaville is not going to be played at the Independence Stadium. Well, we have our first caller. If you're joining us, caller, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Tony. I'm not this happy with the news that I'm hearing now.
Yeah.
I see no reason why they should, they should ban Gambia. Yeah, I see no reason why they should ban Gambia.
Well, you've not seen any reason. According to their reasons, is basically the stadium have not met the required standards for the match to be played.
I think they have ample time to create. To work on it.
Well, according to their communique, there are lots of things that they need to work on, and I don't think it would be finished on time before the game in September.
Anyway, I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed?
Yeah, sure.
Well, equally so. Many fans are disappointed that this game is not going to be played here at Independence Stadium, where it's a very crucial home game for the Gambia. And in that game, the winner goes through to the Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 2023. It would appear to be the Gambia's second successive Africa Cup of Nations if they qualify in that game. By either winning, even a draw would qualify the Gambia to the AFCON 2023 in Cote d'Ivoire, which is going to be played in 2024 actually. If you want to talk about this issue, you can engage us on the numbers that you can see there on the screen concerning the Gambia's stadium ban, which is effected by the Confederation of African Football. All hopes were high before that actual decision was taken concerning the stadium. What do you make of it? Are you disappointed? Were you preparing as a fan to go to the stadium and watch the Gambia play in their final game against Congo Brazzaville? Or how did it felt for you as far as this decision is concerned? What do you think it is going to do to our chances of qualification for the second time in a row? Against Congo Brazzaville, we lost to them away by a 1-0. That was their home game. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Lassana calling from Bundu.
Lassana, what do you make of the decision of the Confederation of African Football to ban the stadium because it has not met the requirements?
No, I think they are not fair enough to the Gambian population. Seeing us playing our games in almost our qualifying rounds, last qualifying rounds, we are playing outside. And right now, I think they should have given us the chance because we have already done some little renovations. Thinking for the past years we have been suspended, but we are not doing this kind of such of renovations in the Gambia. This is the first time we have did a level field and our seats have been renovated and other stuff. They should have even given us a chance. Let us play this one, and maybe the following qualifying rounds we can complete the other renovations. Yeah, that's what I see. They are not fair enough to the Gambian people.
Well, you think the decision is not fair?
No, it's not fair. It's not fair, absolutely. We have did our level best by renovating. They should have given us to play our last game in the Gambia.
But they've raised a lot of concerns concerning security, accessibility, and also when it comes to the facilities at the stadium, especially when it comes to the VIP, the media section, and all that. So as a football fan, you would want to go to the stadium to watch in a very safe environment and leave as well. Yeah. So we can go back to the interview of Mohamed Siddharth that he had with GRTS, sister station. Let's hear from what he had to say after the inspection.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank the GFF, the ministry for the invitation. I think this was an important mission. In our waiting list, we were very expecting to come here and to see the work, the progress that has been made. You know, there is Gambia on the sporting field. There is a lot of positive results in the national teams, and we are aware that they haven't been playing at home, so we were really expecting to get this invitation to come and see all the works being done at home, so that the national team can come back and play their matches here at the Independence Stadium. So today was a working day with all the counterparts, the focal points in the stadium. GFF, ministry, contractors, basically a preliminary inspection, already looking into the to the coming months to have an approval of the stadium. So this is a normal routine for CAF. We check at the invitation of the federation. We come and we do an assessment just to make sure that all the works, all the requirements, all the standards that CAF puts in place through its regulations are met. So today we were able to do a full visit. I think it took us at least 3 hours or 4 hours. So we went on all the sites, all the areas to verify. Of course, there's always comments and remarks, and that's what we have done, and everyone has followed. And the idea is now to prepare a report and to work around that report in order to meet the CAF requirements. So I would say, for example, there were matters in relation to the accessibility of the players, of the media. So we wanted to ensure that all these points were taken care of. And as a basic example, in modern stadiums today, we need to ensure that players have their own entrance, media have their own entrance to its facilities, VIP their own entrance and exit, so there's no clash of the different spectators also. So this was one of the remarks, and along with the contractors, with the stadium management, we were trying to find alternative solutions, and I think we did so, and this is what we will mention in the report. The other matter, which is key and crucial, is the whole environment around the stadium. We know that there are still works going on, we understand that, but it's important to ensure not only the competition area, the sporting areas, but ensuring the environment around the stadium, the access, the gates, the external perimeter, the walls, all of these areas has to be completed and right to the best standards possible. Today it's not only about the 90 minutes, it's all about also the fan experience. We want the fans, the media, the spectators, everyone, when they come to the stadium, they are safe, they are secure, there is all the access, and we spoke about the electronic turnstile. So there are several points that we've mentioned. We understand that there are certain works still ongoing, but yeah, this was the objective of the mission for CAF to come to do this preliminary assessment and to provide more recommendations. Yes, definitely. Whatever is outside the external perimeter, it is a major obligation. You would understand that from a safety and security perspective, CAF cannot really approve a stadium that does not guarantee safety from all perspectives. As you rightly mentioned, the external perimeter. I give an example. There are some other countries that even the roads, without proper roads leading to the stadium, we don't approve the stadium. So these are things that really need to be taken care of, so that the stadium can be approved from all standpoints. Well, the ball is always on the side of the local authorities, obviously. From our side, from CAF, we would really be very happy if obviously we have the next window, which is September. It's the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier, the match day 6. and I think it's also crucial for Gambia as for many other nations. So we would be very, very excited and delighted if the stadium could be approved by then. But as I said, we also have certain deadlines, timelines to approve the stadium. So it's all dependent on the works that are remaining to do and all the observations that we made. So it's the ball is on the side of it's basically on your side to complete, and yes, we have to believe from our side that you know, all the works will be completed on time.
When will be the next inspection?
So as a principle, we normally start the assessment of the stadiums at least 2-3 months before the match day. So a circular will be sent already in the coming weeks to all the national associations, including GFF, where we will provide a timeline for all the national associations to send to CAF their preference. So it means that, you know, late, let's say beginning of August, which is just in a couple of weeks, all the venues for the match day 6 must be confirmed, which is at minimum 1 month before the window. So yes, it's a tight timeline, but I have received assurances and guarantees from all the authorities, the ministry, the stadium contractors, the management, GFF, that they are working day and night to meet all of the final work. So let's hope that happens. Yeah, so this is positive times. I think this is one of the rocks that was missing here, which is the stadium, because from all other perspectives, you know, GFF programs, national teams, everything is moving, you know, at a good pace. You are just at the FIFA U20 World Cup. Congratulations for that. So I think the only piece now, the key piece, was to have a national stadium. So I think you've had already a lot of patience in this. So now it's just a matter of time, I believe. From what I've seen here, it's a matter of time till you will start to have your national teams back into your home ground.
That's Mohammed Sidat there, CAF inspection officer, who is head of football at the Confederation of African Football. He was the one who was invited to come and inspect the stadium, the preliminary work or preliminary inspection for that matter, to see if the stadium would be giving approval. So without even coming for the second inspection, CAF decided to say, you know what, despite all the renovation work, remodeling of the work, they call it, of the stadium, they are saying that the stadium is not fit to host this particular encounter. So for now, the ban continues. So unfortunate, if you're a fan expecting to watch the Gambia at home, unfortunately, this is not happening, at least for the September game against Congo. We have a caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I am Daura Kera calling from Pajekunda.
Dauda, what do you make of the CAF decision?
Yeah, just the disappointment I got from the ministry.
Okay, just listen to us on the television.
This should be we should be passing this stage at the moment.
Okay.
We expect the ministry to find out exactly what are the requirements to be done in the stadium before putting in that huge amount of money on that stadium, and still CAF recommend that the stadium is not up to standard. And absolutely, you know, after looking all what they are saying, there is a procedure, and I'm so it is very, you know, it is very unfortunate to the Gambia. Absolutely, as football lovers, you know, we need to see our people playing in our home ground, and we expect the ministry to build a new stadium with that amount of money, about over $100 million. That's a lot of money. Absolutely, we expecting them to do as what will benefit the sport fraternity in the country. Especially as a disabled, I will look on my state. At this stadium, I am not safe to watch a game because I didn't have a lift that will lift me up to watch a game. Absolutely, it is like, you know, we are very disappointed on the ministry.
Thank you very much for your contribution, raising your concerns concerning this stadium ban. Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Thank you very much for watching. Until next week, keep on sporting and have a pleasant night. Bye.